Good afternoon. It is May 17th, 3:19 p.m. Markets are closed. Just a real quick recording. We had an up and down day in the NQ today. Had a little bit of a push up and out to close that gap, that little 2-point gap I was worried about. We still have the 20-point gap above us that has not been closed. I'll show you that on the daily chart. Where is my daily chart? Got that on the Russell made a new all-time high today. Very, very positive. Um, Here is the NQ. Here's that gap, the March 16th through the 19th only got partial filled. So we have a bit of a shortfall in closing that gap, about 20 points, and did not make it above the value high today. We did get the daily gap from the other day filled, and market did come in over that trade talk from China, but I think we're much closer to getting the NAFTA deal done, which would be a big boon to our economy. So I'll keep my fingers crossed that we can get our agreement with our allies. Mexico and Canada and the United States have that NAFTA agreement, which I think is very, very close. Hopefully, we can get the good news out of that. I think they're just arguing over some sunset language, so I'm sure that they can figure that stuff out. If they need any help, give me a call. I'll be glad to give them a hand. But otherwise, we've got the crude oil moving up as well as RBOB. Um, I will show you the daily chart for that. Here is the RBOB. Gasoline, of course, we're in the summer drive time, started breaking out strongly to the upside over the last few trading sessions. And likewise, crude had been making some progress, breaking out of its upward range. We do have this donut to fill a big hole in the profile, so I'm sure that'll come back in. If we get inside a little bit, dip inside that hole and pop back out to the upside, that's very, very bullish. Otherwise, it pretty much fills that hole and then returns to the um, direction of the trend. So we'll just watch for that retracement a little bit over its skis and a doji day on crude. And other than that, I showed you that the Russell had its all-time high, and gold, I think, is just falling off the planet. We're in a downtrend big time in gold. Um, and so a big gap down day. So that is very ominous. Big gap, big gap. So sort of stabilize today, tiny day, come back, check this area, see if it hits this line like a brick wall and then turn around, or if it fills the gap, comes back to the value low. We'll just have to see what happens during this retracement. But I think that we are on the path to maybe test those lows. Don't know. We'll keep our eye on gold. Um, but and the euro also falling out of bed. So we're going to be continually monitoring this. Still looking for a deeper retracement and may get that. We didn't, we're still inside the prior day range. So maybe it'll start trying to retrace. I don't know if it'll get back to the value low before it takes off again, but just keep our eye on this. We're definitely going vertical almost to the downside, so kind of waiting for a retracement myself. So a couple of markets that are moving directionally: gold, euro, RBOB. crude, and we'll just trade them as we see them, as watch for these opportunities. So come see us in the trade room. I will having an event on May 31st, a webinar with shark indicators. So I'm going to have the trade room open that week to lead off that event. So from May 28th through June 1st, I'm going to have an open house. So definitely come check out the trade room and check out our BloodHound templates and see how we trade these markets using our methodology with BloodHound and Blackbird to make these trades. Thank you so much. Y'all have a wonderful afternoon, and we'll see you tomorrow.